question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Chiefs and the Snowhawks, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our home side in this one. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in the age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback, and that philosophy works for them very well.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Looking to throw. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Play action, Stewart. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. And he'll lose yardage, brought down at the 32. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Stewart to throw it. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Now Stewart on 1st and 10. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Off the play fake, here's Cordell Stewart. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Snowhawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good to make it 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result.
And I can't get away, and he's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dive. He'll look to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. He finds his man, complete. That's Banks. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing out of the shotgun, it's Stewart. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. Stewart. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. Now a handoff as they run left side. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Stewart sets to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. He's done it. 1,000 career catches with that last reception.
I don't care what you've done in your life. How many things have you done 1,000 times of significance? How about this? With that catch, now closing in on the top 10 all-time in NFL history, a very significant achievement.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Stewart. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. On the give, this is their fullback. They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Throwing now, Stewart. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. And his kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And now here comes Kansas City. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking left sideline, incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Going to go play action. Here's Stewart. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look. 6 DBs. From the gun, Stewart. He finds his man, complete. It's Banks. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Stewart. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Stewart escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Stewart.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 19.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
KC's offense ready to take over.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Castillo. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
They will throw on first down with Stewart. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Off the play fake. Stewart. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Here's Stewart from the gun on third down. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, Stewart. He finds his man, complete. That's Banks. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Second down and 3. Off play action. Stewart. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Snowhawks are able to widen their advantage. Extra point forthcoming. He's got it, and it's 17-0. That time a 6-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Looking deep in the direction of Cooper, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Cooper again the target, but it's going to be 2nd down. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Good footwork at the 30. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Stewart now on 1st down. There's the stiff arm. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 2nd down at 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 35.
Back to throw. Stewart. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. From the gun, Stewart. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
And this one is right through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes this.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Now back to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Chicago offense set to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Second down, here's Stewart. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Stewart. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on this schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now Stewart, 2nd down. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Snowhawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. The Cowboys trying to hold on and claim victory. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. The Bills still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for KC in that first half. And this tells the story right here. As a unit, negative yards passing through 2 quarters of play. That is something you almost never see. Meanwhile, for our home team, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. This offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake. Stewart finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Stewart. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game.
In trouble, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Castillo. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and they end up making the play.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. And that'll set him back 5. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. And now here's a carry heading left. Trucks over him. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. From the 10-yard line, here's 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Looking to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
It's second and 8.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No gain on the play. It's now third and 8.
Here's Stewart to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 82 yards.
And the Snowhawks are pouring it on. But for as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
5 yards remain on second down.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Stewart. He finds his man, complete. It's done. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Looking to throw. Stewart. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 7 yards to pick up there. Working with a 2nd and 3. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only they're controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Stewart. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Snowhawks have got it on cruise control. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Chiefs on third down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This is 3rd down and 12. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
That's a gain of 6.
Stewart sets to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 69 yards rushing for him now to this point. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Throwing now, Stewart. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. And he'll give it here to his running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
6-yard line. A gain of 8 yards. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing out of the shotgun, it's Stewart. He finds his man, complete. That's done. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Back to throw. Stewart. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's brought down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Snowhawks look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Castillo. 7 yards, the pickup there. 2nd and 3. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They'll look to throw again. Oh, now a strip. He loses the football. It's going the other way. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, four in a game.
Yeah, about the four in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
101 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the gun, Stewart. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. From the gun, it's Stewart. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Snowhawks take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. It's the fullback with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game.
And the Snowhawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
They'll set up a throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off around the 37. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything, Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Stewart. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we got no shot to beat this team.
Point after try forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And now here comes Kansas City.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Back to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and they haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. 2nd and 6. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Second and 1. It's caught. Cooper.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. To number 87. A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Kansas City.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the home team here,
they finish off a perfect regular season, 17-0.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Kansas City,
it'll be double digits in losses as they fall to 7-10 for their final mark.
And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved.